get my shoes and out the door. 5, I'm alive. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine. 10, gonna do it right and do it again, yeah. I look into the sky with all the beautiful color, but there's more than just for me, so gonna share it with another. I got to show, to give, let out. I want to sing and shout. Take a look and see a beautiful morning that turns into a beautiful evening, and together make a beautiful life. And if you wanna,
I've been in here and people are roaring with laughter, so
It's a dirty show, though.
well, it's clean dirt.
Forgive me, but the best restaurants of the world are here in Vegas. I mean, you have here the best of the best.
Yes.
So we have many celebrity here. The Harley Madison come over here, and the Usher come over here many often, and the Paris Hilton come here, and Britney Spears came over here like 2 weeks ago.
Boy, I'm dating myself, but it's okay. Nobody else will. Oh.
That's so Vegas. Welcome to That's So Vegas. I'm your host, Christina Keller. We're live here at the fabulous WCOBM studio right off of Las Vegas Boulevard. I'm delighted today to present two very special guests. Both are from DB Brasserie at the Venetian, which is one of the top restaurants in town and headed by one of the top French chefs in the world. Wouldn't you say, Chef?
Yes.
Daniel Boulard.
Daniel Boulard, yeah.
Yes, and sitting here to my right is Chef Vincent Poisel, and I practice saying it properly the French way, and you are executive chef at DB Brasserie.
Yes.
And with you is your co-host, little Robin Lucas. Thank you for coming on the show. Robin is in charge of pastries, is that correct?
Yes.
So rather than being the gentleman that I know that you are, and starting with ladies first, we're going to have Chef talk a little bit about some of his background, some of the entrees they have planned for a special seasonal menu that's coming up. So Chef, tell us a little bit about your background.
Yes. Well, I've not considered myself a long-term resident of Las Vegas. I've been here since 2001. So years have been going through pretty smoothly, and just like a lot of people in the industry that move in Vegas think that you're going to be here for a couple months and maybe a year or so, and then you find out that 10 years later you're still here and found good reasons to be here, and
It grows on you?
not just the sunshine, but many other reasons, and especially if you're in the field, in a restaurant and hotel hospitality business is just definitely Las Vegas became, in the last decades or so, last couple decades, one of the top destinations, without a doubt, in America and in the world. Period,
and in the world, yes.
Period. So it's no wonder that all the big, I would say all the major players in the food industries are all, present here on the Strip and have some restaurant or some eatery here available for all the most visited place in America. So when you put the two together, it makes a lot of sense.
Yes, it does. And you actually came. Of course, you have an extensive background in Europe, but you worked at the Eiffel Tower in the Jules Verne.
Being in Las Vegas now, I'm tempted to always add the real Eiffel Tower, because it seems so obvious that we do have an Eiffel Tower here in Las Vegas. But it was quite an experience. I was there for a few years. I was here for almost 7 years, and same sort of a feeling where felt like I was definitely working on one of very a focus point or a focal point in a major city as Paris is. But Eiffel Tower is definitely the place that's one of the most iconic. Everybody wants to go there. Everybody wants to know more about the Eiffel Tower, and the fact that they had there's a couple restaurants on the Eiffel Tower, both on the first and second floor. It makes it not just a tourist destination, but also a dining, destination.
Correct. It's Michelin starred.
It is.
Yes.
And many years later now, it's Anna Ducasse that actually runs the kitchens of the Eiffel Tower in Paris. But it's always been a very special place. It was a very exciting place, almost like you work on a ship on a big boat out at seas. You're absolutely right. Because the fact that we're the capital of tourists, and people wanted to see and wanted to come. So diners coming in from all horizons, but also the fact that the space that we had to work with was very I would say condensed and very compact. And not to
Was
say
that a
small.
challenge for you?
Very much so.
Good.
Very
Starting
much
with
so.
a challenge, yeah.
They just for the ingredients to make their way all the way to on the second floor of the Iftars is, was very, very challenging. And I think it is to this day one of the things that you cannot just overgo, because it's just it is what it is. It's on the second floor and there's a couple 100-meter high, and then you just need to. You need to make the way for all the ingredients to be available to you to in order to cook them. So
And you like a challenge, though, but it
very much,
yes,
very much so. And this was for sure one of the very cool, at the same time very challenging place. And you can never forget the experience that once you work in a place like that. So.
And then to come to Vegas, here you are surrounded by the Venetian, the Palazzo, and of course our own Eiffel Tower, and then the camaraderie of working with Chef Bouloud. I mean, that must have been the French connection. Did I just say the French connection? Yes,
French connection. Yeah. Well, it's something that I think it's still pretty strong, and in all over the world, as you tend to go along with your peers, and so yeah, for a French cook and French chef to sort of like gravitate towards another French chef, it seems pretty natural. But again, Vegas is I would say represented by pretty much everyone and everybody now.
Right.
That it's not I would say. You feel like kind of like a condensed of the entire world being here in Las Vegas.
It's very
because,
cosmopolitan.
You have some of the best, of all over, and not just United States, but it goes from Asian chefs coming in from Japan to European chefs and
Right.
American chefs and so forth and so on. So it is truly became a place where it's very attractive and very exciting.
Do you take all of those different cosmopolitan type of flavors into consideration? I know you have a summer seasonal menu coming up. Love the name of it. It's the stone fruits, which I presume means fruits that have the pit or the
pit,
stone
exactly
in
right.
them.
Yeah.
And you've created a whole menu that's featured for a week.
Yes. So.
Correct. No, sorry. Please.
No,
go
no, no.
ahead.
The idea was to have a theme. We try to have a monthly
Sorry.
we try to have a monthly offering, seasonal menus, so
Correct.
that it keeps us as the name says, just as close as from the season as possible. So being in the middle of summer and having all cherries, apricot, and nectarines and peaches and everything like that available. I would say in our backyard,
Right.
not very far from here,
California.
all coast of California, and it just made a lot of sense that we just would put all of those dishes and all those great recipes together on one single menu, and it would put at a fairly affordable price for our diners to come in here
So they can
and experience.
experience.
Yeah, I
That's
think
important.
it's not just for us to have an extended a long menu, but it's also to give a real sense of value to what we're offering, and having dishes that Danielle's some of the Danielle's dishes and signature dishes for a tasting menu in the middle of summer. It's a cool thing that we wanted to present, and it naturally, I would say, tied in that we used stone fruit as the anchor of the menu.
And you're known for your instincts when it comes to seasoning and flavorings and freshness and sustainability. Back in when you originated in Brittany, your family was so involved
Yes,
with all types of.
we're in. It's one of the thing in France, but it would go any other. I would say old world or European countries the same. Once you're born in a food environment, family,
hard to-
it's pretty hard to just walk or run away from it. Some one way or another.
It's in
you
your blood.
Fall back, and into it, and just if my family was a butcher slash a charcutier family. Which not exactly a restaurant business, but close enough that I was very much young at a very young age, exposed to
All the
great deal
instincts.
amount of foods and
Right, and the
you know,
instincts in
cooked
cooking.
and stew and cured and so forth. So
And I see you brought some samples.
Yes.
We'll have to look at those. We're going to take a little quick 5-minute break here, but we're going to take a look at that and talk more about your background and also how you've come up with these fantastic elements for these divine dishes. Stay tuned. Don't go away.
Great.
We'll be back in 5 minutes.